shone brightly on the Santiago Bernabeu, where two European giants, Real Madrid and Juventus, went head-to-head in a clash of contrasting fortunes. Real Madrid entered the game riding high on a three-match winning streak, eager to extend their momentum and sharpen their edge ahead of the upcoming El Clásico. Juventus, on the other hand, arrived in Madrid desperate for a spark, having gone over a month without a win. 5 straight draws and a defeat, painting a grim picture for the Bianconeri faithful. Both sides needed a result, but only one could emerge smiling at the final whistle. And as so often happens under the lights in Madrid, it was the more relentless, composed and adaptable team that found a way, Real Madrid, thanks to a single decisive strike from Jude Bellingham, the man who seems to live for these moments. What caught everyone off guard was Xabi Alonso's tactical setup. Instead of the expected 4-2-3-1, Real Madrid lined up in a 4-3-3, reshaping the team's balance across all 3 lines. In defense, injuries forced Alonso's hand. With both Carvajal and Alexander-Arnold sidelined, Federico Valverde had to sacrifice his natural midfield role to fill in at right-back. Alongside him, Eder Militao paired with Asensio in central defense, while young Alvaro Carreras occupied the opposite flank. In midfield, rather than the usual Tchouaméni-Camavinga pivot, Madrid went for flair and creativity with a trio of Tchouaméni, Bellingham, and Arda Güler, a bold choice that offered technical brilliance but raised questions about defensive solidity. Up front, the familiar attacking trident of Brahim Diaz, Kylian Mbappé, and Vinícius Jr. led the charge from the first whistle, tasked with breaking down Juventus's notoriously disciplined backline. Juventus, true to their Italian DNA, set up in a compact 3-4-2-1, a system designed for control, caution, and counter-punching on away soil. Kelly, Rugani, and Gatti formed the defensive trio shielding goalkeeper Michele Di Gregorio, with Cambiaso and Kalulu operating as wingbacks. McKennie and Thuram patrolled the center of midfield, while young star Kenan Yildiz and Tone Koopmeiners provided creative support behind striker Dusan Vlahovic. Looking at the setups, the intentions were crystal clear. Real Madrid sought to dictate the game, to dominate possession, attack in waves, and pin Juventus deep. The Italians, meanwhile, came to survive and strike, defending compactly, holding their shape, and waiting for that one perfect counter-attack. The post-match stats told the story perfectly. Real Madrid dictated the tempo with 66% possession to Juventus's 34%. Their expected goals painted an even clearer picture, 2.81 to just 0.59, showing that Madrid should have scored at least 3 times from their 28 attempts on goal, compared to only 9 from the visitors. Yet once again, as seen in their previous La Liga outing against Getafe, efficiency in front of goal remained a concern, and that narrative unfolded right from the opening whistle. Real Madrid pushed forward with intent, easily progressing the ball into Juventus's half, as the Italians chose to engage only once the play crossed midfield, defending deep in a disciplined 5-4-1, occasionally morphing into a 6-3-1. The real question for Madrid was not how to get the ball upfield, but how to break through the thick, compact wall in front of them. Juventus's midfield trio stayed narrow and cohesive, denying Madrid numerical superiority in the crucial Zone 14 area. Bellingham and Arda Güler were tightly marked, while even Kylian Mbappé, dropping deep to find space, found himself crowded out in suffocating pockets. That forced Madrid to rethink their attacking routes. Instead of insisting on central combinations, they shifted their focus to the flanks, using width and overlapping runs to stretch the Italian defense. Central midfielders drifted wide to form quick triangles with wingers and fullbacks, hoping to unlock the compact Juventus block through clever interplay. The most dangerous sequences came from rapid switches of play. Vinícius and Bellingham would draw Juve's defensive line toward the left with their dribbling and ball retention before the ball was swiftly recycled to the opposite flank, where Brahim Diaz occasionally found space to exploit. But the finishing touch was missing. Madrid also experimented with pushing Valverde higher up the pitch, banking on his trademark long-range power shots. But even those thunderous attempts couldn't find the net. Juventus, meanwhile, didn't come to Madrid just to defend. Despite sitting deep, they always left Dusan Vlahovic high up the pitch as an outlet, a target man for quick counters. Once the ball was played forward, both wingbacks surged upfield, with young Kenan Yildiz emerging as the key spark in transition. Their plan was clear: exploit the open spaces left behind Madrid's advanced fullbacks, or target the lack of chemistry between the makeshift center-back pairing. On a couple of occasions, Thuram and Vlahovic managed to break free, but Thibaut Courtois stood tall, keeping Madrid's goal intact. When the second half began, Real Madrid made a subtle but brilliant shift in approach, not by pressing harder, but by thinking smarter. Instead of relentlessly pinning Juventus back, Los Blancos decided to play the mental game. They slowed the tempo, circulating the ball with calm control rather than suffocating intensity. The goal wasn't to overwhelm Juventus, it was to lull them, to make the Italians comfortable, complacent, just for a moment. And in that brief lapse of focus, Madrid struck. As Juventus's defensive shape loosened ever so slightly, Vinícius Jr. received the ball on the left. With that trademark burst, he cut inside, slicing through the heart of the defense. The Juventus backline froze for half a second, just enough. His curling shot crashed off the post, and before anyone in black and white could react, Jude Bellingham was there, pouncing on the rebound to fire home the only goal of the night. It wasn't a goal drawn from elaborate tactical choreography. It was a goal born from timing, intelligence, and instinct, the hallmarks of Real Madrid's greatness. They didn't need to crush their opponent. They simply waited for the right heartbeat to change everything. Juventus did have their chances. They stuck to their defensive plan, looking to exploit the makeshift Madrid backline. But when the moments came, when the game hung in the balance, their decision-making faltered. A touch too slow here, a rushed pass there. Late chances from Openda and Jonathan David slipped away, leaving them empty-handed once again. The 1-0 result reshaped the landscape of group standings. Juventus remained winless after 3 matches, sitting on just 2 points and dangerously adrift near the bottom. Real Madrid, meanwhile, climbed to 5th, comfortably positioned for direct qualification to the knockout stage. Beyond the scoreline, though, this match revealed something deeper. It was a glimpse into Xabi Alonso's evolving Madrid, a team capable of adapting its rhythm, experimenting with structure, and mastering tempo. From fielding a double pivot of ball winners in previous fixtures to now deploying a creative, technically fluent midfield trio against Juventus, Alonso is clearly preparing for something bigger. And with El Clásico on the horizon, the question writes itself. Will these tactical experiments be enough to conquer Barcelona?